Namaskar and welcome to Devakshar. Today we will read from Swami Gambiranandji's book Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi and her self-imposed limitations. Why she imposed limitations on herself, we will see that. When the mother sat by Uncle Abhay's deathbed, Abhay was her youngest brother, holding his head on her lap, caressing it softly with extreme affection. Abhay kept his eyes fixed on his sisters and said in an appealing voice, "Sister, they are all left behind. Do have an eye on them." The mother accepted that duty tacitly. Uncle Abhay's wife, Surabala, was then in the family way and was living at her father's house. She was born to misery. Her mother died in her childhood, and she was brought up by her mother's mother and sister. Her grandmother died soon after Abhay. On arrival at Jairambati, the mother remembered Abhay's request and had Surabala brought to her. A few days later, Surabala's aunt too passed away. Unable to withstand so many bereavements in quick successions, Surabala's mind lost its balance, and while still in that state of mental problems, she gave birth on the 26th January 1900 to a daughter who was named Radharani, or in short, Radhu or Radhi. The mother's worry was great, for Surabala could not in her then state be trusted to take due care of the child. Fortunately, however, a woman named Kusum Kumari came to Jairambati next month with Swami Achalananda of Benares. She willingly took upon herself the care of the child and stayed on at Jairambati till the month of Jeshta, that is May June. It was circumstances that forced the mother to choose Jairambati as her chief place of residence, though it was not quite a happy choice. By divine dispensation, her household worries went on multiplying all the time. We have used the phrase divine dispensation, says Maharaj, with due deliberation. It is not a production or our imagination. With a view to making his incarnation a success, the Master had been forging around the mother various fetters of love, the strongest of which was Radhu. After the Master's passing away, the mother's mind had no solace anywhere. It kept on groping in a dark vacuum, as it were, and she prayed, "Why should I live any longer?" Just then, she had the vision of a girl of 10 or 12 years of age with a red cloth on her body frolicking about in front of her. The master pointed to the girl and said, "Let this be your mainstay. What a number of boys will now come to you." With this, he disappeared, and the girl too was nowhere to be seen. Long after that, the mother was one day sitting in her brother's house at Jairambati. Surabala was then unmistakably insane. She went in front, holding under her arm some parched clothes which brushed the ground behind, and she was followed by her daughter Radhu at a distance, crawling and crying. The sight sent a dart of horror through the mother's mind, who thought, "Of a truth, who else will look after this child if I don't?" She has no father, and her mother is mad. She ran and lifted the child into her arms, and the mother immediately appeared to her to say, "This is that girl." So Master comes to her and says, "This is that girl. Hold on to her. This is Yog Maya." This fact is borne out by the mother's own reference to it at different times. Her fondness for Radhu gave rise to doubts in critical observers who often blurred out these remarks. One devotee, for instance, asked, "Mother, why are you so fond of her? You are uttering Radhi, Radhi day and night like any whirlings, and yet you pay no attention to the many devotees that come to you. Such attachment? Is this good?" Such a question was nothing new to the mother. She would answer modestly, "We are women. We are like that." But today she warmed up a little and said, "Where can you get a parallel to this? Would you find out a second one like me?" The fact is, the mind of those who meditate on the supreme reality become very sharp and pure, and whatever it takes hold of, it clasps with some might. This appears as attachment. When the lighting flames, it is reflected on the sashes and not on the blinds. On another occasion, she said, "See, they say that I am lost in thoughts of Radhu, that I am greatly attached to her. If that bit of attachment was not there, then this body would not have survived the passing away of the Master. It is not for his work, is it not? He has preserved this body by involving me in the thoughts of Radhu. When my mind is detached from here, this body will perish too." And she said, "This constant thought of Radhi that I have is only a delusion which I have accepted for making living possible for me. The meaning of such is so palpably clear that we need not mar this beauty by additional remarks." This is what the Maharaj is saying. Other reasons also might have contributed to the kind of background that was created for the unfoldment of the mother's life. As some devotees who aspire after material welfare were scared away by the Master's cancer, thinking that it was useless to run after a man who has not himself transcended bodily shortcomings, so also God might have created around Holy Mother an encrustation of apparent worldliness in order to keep away people who appreciate only exuberance of spirit but are blind to silent and hidden virtues. Furthermore, though the Master set an incomparable ideal for both monk and householders, yet the most valuable part of his life was spent outside the family surroundings. And hence, we lack here an abundance of examples of how a person living in the midst of hundreds of daily worries can yet rise higher through sheer force of will, character, and faith in God. The life of mother is woven with the rap and woof of various complicated domestic problems, and the events there are full of tears, troubles, and vexations, even from the worldly point of view. And yet, she is not only always entirely above their degrading influence, but her every movement is resplendent with divine grace. This interfusion of divine and human elements makes the mother's life instructive and its appeal irresistible to men who tread the wanton paths of the work-a-day world, and inspiring and illuminating to others who are in search of a higher ideal. And in particular, her life is of special significance to women who spend their lives with their families in a more real sense than men do. We shall come across these facts over and over again, says Maharaj. To have an inkling of the many obstacles through which the mother's love had to manifest itself, let us, he says, look at the conduct of her brothers. During the mother's stay elsewhere, her brothers, that is the uncles, pestered her for monetary help or troubled her about family dispensation. When reading their letters out to her, somebody might remark, "Give them plenty of money, mother. Pray to the master. Let them enjoy to their heart's content, so that their hankering may cease." To this she would reply, "Can their cravings ever cease? Nothing will stop them, not even if they are given all and more than they ask for." So this is the situation with most of the worldly people, that is us. We are always craving for more and more. So she says it will not satisfy them. There are only tales of woe in their places. It's that Kali who always cries for money, and following him, Prasanna too is now doing so. Varda never wants. He says, "Where can sister get money?" On another day, she said about her exacting brothers with a shrug. "They are crying themselves hoarse for money only, my son. Give us money, give us money. They never ask for knowledge and devotion, even by accident." So they are not asking for money and for devotion at all. So let them have what they want. Needless to say that though the mother's grace, they were having what they wanted. Only because mother's grace was there. Now mother gets entangled with Radhu. That's what we are seeing here. The great poet and dramatist Girish Chandra Ghosh once commented that the uncles in their previous birth had practiced terrible penance, even to the point of sacrificing their own heads, and that was why they got the mother of the universe as their sister. And from different events, we can conclude that they were to some extent conscious of her divinity. Though it was so overlaid with worldly sentiments that it exerted no particular influence over their lives. In illustration of this, let us see some examples. When the mother was returning to Jairambati after the worship of Durga in Girish Babu's house in 1907, she sent directions to her brothers to post some people with light and other equipments to receive them across the Amudar. But when she went there with her companions, there was no one to receive her. As a result, they had to go through the river somehow and reach Jairambati in the dark. At dinner time, a devotee remarked, "Mother, have you noticed their lack of any sense of priority? You were coming, but they did not send a single man to the riverside." At this, the mother asked Uncle Prasanna, "I came here alone. Why did you not send someone to the riverside?" "This sons of mine came, but you didn't send any man, nor did you yourself come." "Sister," replied Uncle Prasanna, "I didn't send anyone for fear of Kali, lest he should say he is going there to ingratiate himself into sister's favor. Do I not understand how high you are and what rare souls these devotees are? I know everything, but I am helpless. The Lord has not granted me that power this time. Kindly bless me that I may get you as my sister in every life just as I have you this time. I don't want anything else." Again in your house, the mother cut him short with a shrug. "It's enough. You had it so this time." Rama said, "May I never again be born in Kaushalya's womb after my death. Among you again, I will never come." That's what the mother said. She didn't want to come to them again as their sister. So these kind of things kept on happening. And this was why we see the how mother is getting entangled into the lives in this, and she is imposing it on herself in this very manner. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Do stay tuned to Devakshar, like and share our videos, and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskar.